Hello everybody, I'm Xnate, and today Valve made a blog post telling us what they're up to. They gave us an update on Halloween mode, what's coming up, and what they're working on right now. Now, Halloween mode's kind of a side note to everything else, but it's really cool because they're going to bring back everything else. They're going to add community maps. It's going to be a lot like it was last year, with community maps and items being added to the game along with more contracts. And contracts are what I really want to talk about here, because at the beginning of this, Valve says this year we're working on something even better. An all-new Pyro Pack, improvement to competitive mode, and a big new update and campaign. So that's what I really want to talk about here, because Halloween mode, we all know what to expect with that. We're gonna get new maps. It's gonna be fun for a month and they're gonna be gone. It's like it is every year. I'm not saying it's not fun or anything, but it's to be expected, and I know I'm gonna have a blast with it, but that's not the huge thing in this blog post to me. What big here is improvements to competitive mode and a big new update and campaign, because one of the most fun things in TF2, I've been playing this game since my sophomore year of high school, so that's like 5-ish years now, and the most fun I've ever had in this game since I started out just playing 2 Fort to now I'm broadening my horizons in the game. But the most fun I've ever had is playing Contract, because it gives you a purpose in a public game, you know, other than just, hey, have fun, goof around. It gives you this goal, something to achieve, and I love it. I love the skins. Most all of them are amazing. There's some trash ones, but I still love them. Like County Crusher is the best, and the Spruce Deuce is disgusting, but I mean, that's how it goes, and I really like all that. Big improvements to competitive mode, because that's huge too, because competitive mode really needs an update, and I hope that they take it in the right direction. I mentioned in an older video 2 things that I hope they do for it, with placement matches and having a barrier to entry and casual rank, but where they take it is up to them, and I really hope that they do the right thing with it, and I trust them enough. And then the all new Pyro Pack is something they say that they're working on as well, which is cool because, you know, Pyro in the war, so he gets the first update, then Heavy gets an update. I'm interested to see what they do to fix Pyro and if they rework the air blast mechanic, because the air blast mechanic hasn't been changed since it was implemented in the game, and it's kind of wonky, and I hope they take the reserve shooter away from the Pyro or rework it, because that thing is annoying as all hell. I made a video about talking about that, and yeah. So, but what about these new contracts, this new campaign? Well, obviously we're going to get the Miraz missions like last year, which are a ton of fun because, well, I mean, I just like Halloween. Like, I like the missions, I like the Halloween mode, but these new missions, this new big update and new campaign, I think it would be really cool, and this is all speculation from me, but I think it would be cool to see contracts that come out for competitive. Now, this would mean something like, it wouldn't be as specific as, you know, you'd have your pub ones like, hey, you know, use the soda popper and get kills as scout and complete objectives as scout and kill people with double jumping as the advance, and you know, that'd be cool. I still love all those, and those really give a purpose to playing the game, and I've made like 2 alt accounts to this point, and if they release another campaign I'll probably make a 4th just because I love doing them. But I think it would be cool to see a competitive one where it's like you get rewarded for reaching ranks. It wouldn't really be so much of a campaign, it would be more of a reward for leveling up in competitive, like something small like a craft hat or like an unlock, anything really, like to make the levels mean something, because at this point in it, levels don't really mean anything without placement matches to, you know, signify your rank, and there's no reward for leveling up other than having a shinier coin, which is pretty cool. I like all the coins, and the backgrounds are really creative, but other than like that cosmetic stuff that you get to see, there's nothing to show off like, hey, I'm good at this game. So if Valve implemented something like that, but I'm not expecting a whole lot, because when Valve updates this game, I just expect the bare minimum, and anything above that I let surprise me, and that's how I've always taken these updates as Valve makes them, and that's how I would recommend a lot of you take them, because if you go on and you're like, oh man, this update's gonna be the best thing ever, it's gonna do everything that we could ever dream of, you're gonna be disappointed. I mean, everyone was like, oh my god, competitive mode is gonna be this thing that saves everything. It wasn't really great. It was implemented in the game, and that's about all that happened, and a lot of people were like, oh my god, this is the worst update ever, because they were expecting so much from it. And I mean, expecting the bare minimum is kind of pessimistic, but it's the best way to go about these things, because you won't be disappointed when it comes out, because knowing Valve, we can't expect like the greatest thing ever from them. I mean, there'll be a lot of nice surprises, like in the Tough Break update, I think it was, where they just increased overall like switch speeds, which is amazing, and I can't imagine living without that change now. That was something I never would have dreamed of in all my wildest dreams. I never would have thought about that. But for Halloween, we know what to expect. We're gonna get some new community maps. They're gonna bring back all the old Halloween game modes. We're gonna get new Miraz missions and something about an unusual effect for Taunts Giver. I'm not sure about that, but that kind of sounds really cool if it's just like a kit you apply to your taunts, because honestly, like an unusual of any taunt would be really cool, but having an item that applies it to your favorite, that'd be like next level right there. But that's about all I have to say today. I just really wanted to talk about this blog post. And yeah, what do you think is cool that's coming out? What do you think like Halloween mode's gonna be? What are you excited for? What are you like pessimistic about? Leave a comment, tell me like what you think about all this, and with that, have a nice day.